We all get the same feeling. The nerves that take over right before walking into an interview, and the heart that races, the stomach that sinks. We all have the same question in mind that what will the interviewer ask me? Hey guys, I'm Shruti and आज मैं आपको बताऊंगी 5 most commonly asked questions in an MBA interview जिन्हें हम hygiene questions भी बोलते हैं. Also, I'll give a sweet tip at the last of this video. So let's prepare. क्योंकि knowing in advance what the interviewer may ask us beforehand can actually give us time to prepare well and present confidently. Because most of the time, interviewer जब हमारा interview लेते हैं, they need a little time to scan our CVs. So at the start of the interview, वो हमसे एक universal सवाल पूछते हैं, and that is, tell me about yourself. ये एक open-ended question होता है, and we can say whatever we want in this question. This question can actually drive our complete interview. Make sure ये क्वेश्चन का आंसर आप इतना इंटरेस्टिंग दो कि उन्हें आपके रेज्यूमे पढ़ने के लिए टाइम ना मिले and they pick and point questions right from your introduction. Make a list of your achievements and things that you like to do and that are relevant and try including it in your introduction itself. आपका introduction should not exceed more than 2 minutes. This is the ideal time to talk about yourself in an interview. The second most asked question in an MBA interview is why MBA and why MBA now? मुझे याद है मेरे ऑलमोस्ट हर इंटरव्यू में मुझसे ये सवाल पूछा गया था. I was asked this question to explain my motivation and my reason कि मुझे क्यों MBA करना है. And I try to attach it to my personality type and how MBA aligns with it. I try to also match it with the career goals and how can MBA add value in achieving those. Why now इसलिए पूछा जाता है to know that do I or you really think that this is the right time to pursue MBA. And if you're a fresher, they may ask you that why do you feel that this is a right time for you? Because you do not have industry exposure. Or maybe you have more than 3 or 4 years of work ex and they may ask you why do you want to do MBA now? Do you want to change your domain? Believe me, there is no ideal time or right time to pursue MBA. सबका अपना life clock होता है and you must be convinced that this is your right time to do the MBA and convince the interviewer as well that why is this your right time to pursue MBA. The third most commonly asked question is, what are your short and long-term goals? Your short-term goals should be of near future. They should be clear and achievable. Whereas आपके long-term goals आपके personality, आपके choices और आपके passion के साथ align होने चाहिए. Also explain how MBA can help you achieve those goals. Your goals must be relevant to your decision and this question is mostly asked to know your clarity and your thought process. The fourth most asked question is, what are your strengths and weaknesses? Alert. Firstly, never say I do not have any weakness or I don't know. I never thought about it. Because self-awareness is a very important characteristic to identify a good candidate for MBA. They expect you to not just mention a strength or weakness, but also an explanation or a story that backs you and your answer up. For example, if you say, I am a good public speaker, mention an event where you have spoken in front of audience and how that is your strength. And when you talk about a weakness, tell them how you're working to overcome that weakness. The fifth most commonly asked question is, what has been your most challenging or rewarding experience so far? If you are a fresher, you may talk about an academic difficulty that you faced in your graduation or in your academic life. And if you have work ex, you may talk about any difficulty you faced in your work or maybe your workplace. Explain the problem you faced and make sure you tell them how are you working to overcome it or how did you overcome and solve that problem that time and present it as a confident and positive rewarding experience. And here's the sweet tip. Do not gloat. Be genuine, be authentic and be confident. I remember एक दिन हमारे प्रोफेसर ने हमारे क्लासरूम में कहा था and I just feel this is not just a statement but a perspective that he comes from with the experience. He said, we do not look for genius people in MBA. We look for average, we look for creative, we look for multitasking people in MBA who may or may not be genius because they know the importance of diversity in perspectives. They look for students who are good at doing things and who take and look at things as doable. उन्होंने कहा कि हमें ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स चाहिए जिन्हें लगता है कि चीजें डुएबल है. We look for optimistic and ambitious people who can actually manage things. They want good managers. So if you can manage stress in any interview and manage those questions confidently and smartly, जिनका आंसर आपको आता भी नहीं है, you'll still get through it. So yeah, all the best.